Digital accounting, I think, is the center of the whole thing a business is doing. Once you get the accounting wrong, it is a serious problem for any organization like that. And because of that, it is good that you properly handle your accounts. And I would like to ask us, how, as our accounting team, our various, I know we have different professionals here. We have regulators, we have cooperative societies, executives, and we even have members also there. So I would like to ask, particularly the cooperative societies, how they handle their operative accounting management. So any volunteer? Any volunteer? People are on you. President. Any volunteer? Okay. I can't do anything at all. Let me just go ahead. Mostly, of course, if you have to do your accounting, you have to understand the manual process very well. And the reason for that is, before you can transit from the manual process to a digital system, of course, you have to know the intricacies of a very perfect system that works for you, especially the manual way. Now, we have digital technology in place not to take over our works or businesses. It is to help us in being efficient in the way we handle our businesses. And that's where digital transformation comes in. Digital automation, digital transformation. I'd like to quickly tell you a small story. I met with one captain of industry last week, and he wants me to help with recruitment of some key staff there. He was talking about their whole system from start to finish will be automated, and that's the base company. I don't want to mention the base company, but a very big base company from start to finish. Even when the customer makes an order, right on the phone, it's part of the system, to bringing out materials that we use to accomplish that production, to even delivery, everything will be automated. Such is the kind of technology that we have in place that can help any sector of the economy, including cooperative societies. Now, the issue of accounting is even one part of many things that technology can do for cooperative societies. Cooperatives play a vital role, it is no doubt, in Nigeria's economic development, but often use manual accounting, leading to inefficiencies. I've actually witnessed a place where they are trying to balance an account. Not in the office of the accountant there before, you will say 10 naira cost problem, and they will be looking for it. Until when you see that 10 naira, you cannot go home, and you have to wait until when that is done. So I can understand that it is very important. Now, what digital systems help people is that right from the word go, yeah, a member has been saving his money to when he gets a loan, all of those things have been automated. And all you need to do as a cooperative society is just to click, please generate a report for a particular month. And that's why it's important that we transit into digital transformation. Just like the previous speaker that left said, I actually congratulated Prof when he was talking about responsive leadership. And we all that are here, I believe, we represent leaders across the various stakeholders of cooperative that we all represent. It is not enough for you to be learning digital. It is for you to be able to push that digital transformation into your own system. Because I'm sure it's not today that we are hearing about some of them, even though some people are here and are just hearing about it. It's good. But I like what my madam said the other time. That is the kind of power that we wield as leaders. Influence. There's some set of care riders, and she was able to influence them by solving a problem for them. It is not enough that you are in the head of a particular place and you are there just marking time. What will be said about you when you leave the place? That is what is important. Even as cooperative societies, some people don't even bother again. Just do it. Taking my time is just 2 years. Let me just mark my time and go. It is not enough. So we must be able to go ahead by introducing and adopting digital technology. Now, what does digital accounting bring to the table? Number one, it enhances transparency, it reduces fraud, and of course, it improves efficiency. However, there are some challenges that it comes with. Know that. So we'll talk about that. Now, I have to go to the next slide now. We cannot talk about digital accounting without talking about digital transformation. And one of the first things I would like to mention is our mindset. Mindset is very important in anything we are doing. I saw a particular picture in the leadership training I attended of well-trained people and well-educated. Well-educated people do the things the way they want it. But when you are well-trained, you do things the normal way. When you see those animals that are well-trained, people that are well-educated, everybody's doing their thing on their own. They are like those that are well-educated and are well-trained. They lined up and they are following the process. So, digital transformation is the integration of that digital technology into your area of business. And in this particular one, we are talking about what? Cooperative management. And that helps in changing how you operate and deliver value. Now, we all that are here, apart from the fact that will be beneficiary of digital transformation, digital accounting, digital technology. We are the ones to drive it. And if we don't get it, then nobody can get it. If we are not adopting or believe, when you don't have that mindset that this thing can help us, you are put the whole, in fact, you may even be having the temptation under you, and you are putting the whole faith in problem because you don't believe in it. So it's as a catalyst for efficiency, efficacy, and of course, it is all about the members, the customer. Next slide. Now, these are the drivers. No, I'm not here. Triggers and drivers of digital transformation. We have the first one is data-driven decision making. We are not just making decisions based on what we like. We are making decisions based on our statistics. And that's why it is important that when you adopt digital technology, anywhere that you have information at your fingertips, and you can tell anybody that this is the position of our cooperative society. Instead of waiting, please, can you go and bring out the books that have gathered us over time and let us know where we are? Changing customers' expectations is part of this. Of course, we must have competitive edge and the need to serve the customers. And of course, there are some situations, just like pandemic broke out in year 2020. Nobody planned for it, but it just happened. Thank God for the life of some companies and organizations that were able to help us with some technology. And they always say success is preparation means was opportunity. Now, your own cooperative society or the organization you represent can also benefit by being able to adopt digital technology. Next slide. Now, there are some pitfalls, and this is where we need to pay attention. When you want to digitize your organization, there must be clear goals, because lack of goals make you do things haphazardly. You don't just do it because somebody is doing it. It must be able to speak to your own organization and situation. And of course, you must adopt the right technology. Without adopting the right technology, it's just more or less like your money going down the drain. And like I said earlier, a lot of people are resistant to change. When the issue of BPN started, even though the process of attacks the registry and all that, many of us did not believe in it. Results. When they were, aggregating money or people started away, people had so much money, like that they aggregated everything. And with a single BPN, you can easily know and track a cluster because it's registered. And without that, you cannot do anything. So we must be able to embrace change. Change management is very important. And of course, you must have the right person. Not meeting customers' changing expectations. I can tell you that for customers, we transit from your cooperative society. If somebody like me, and I always give this example, when I go to banks, I don't go to banks most of the time because there are technology that can help me. I can do everything I have to do on my seat, where I am, anywhere, and on a transaction, just like some of you too. Imagine that technology is not a place. Look at that package where we were using tariffs and the likes. That is the kind of transformation that technology can bring into this sector of cooperative management. Now, let me move on, because of our time, to the digital transition strategies. There are 3 pillars on which the transition rests on. When you want to migrate your system from a manual process-driven system to an automated digital system, it rests on these 3 pillars. Number 1, there has to be capacity building. For the people, because the people that were once used to the manual processes, you want to introduce them to a new system. And you don't just come and dump the system with them. No, they have to be part of the change strategy. They have to be carried along as stakeholders. You don't just take the decision as the boss and say, this is what we want to do. You have to sit with them. And in fact, in software requirement gathering, we call something SRS, software requirement specification. You must carry along all the stakeholders, everyone counts. Because if you don't do that, some people deliberately, not to consider them. It's not that the system is not good. They will receive and frustrate that system because you didn't carry them along. But when they were part of the process, okay, what do you think you can do? There is this you are trying to do. Can you make your contribution? And you'll be surprised that they will bring out on digital skills and how to use these things. You may need to show the working force. One person, when you recruit a single person, it can turn around an organization. It's not necessarily you bring or you are replacing them. Oh, you can just bring a change strategy in between. Somebody that knows well about that. And before you know it, just like a light, it will illuminate that organization. And of course, the second pillar is phased implementation. I said the other time, you cannot just dump a technology. You must do an hybrid. When you start, let the manual processing be running side by side with the digital. Let us see how it's going. And before you know it, by the time all the data has been uploaded and people are ready, versatile with this system, then you can go 100% fully automated. So there has to be a phased implementation. That's gradual adoption to allow adaptation and issue resolution. Because no doubt, when a new system is introduced, there will be issues. Just like some banks are experiencing now. I don't want to mention any bank, but I think they are orange. You saw that even till now, there are some of their services that the banks accept. And not only that, I think there are some others too. So we can see that you don't know about what they are talking about. And at the comfort of their house, by now integrating a technology, they can use their card to pay, they can pay through transfer. It just solves a lot of everything for you. And there are reports that back that up. Life becomes so easy. And you may want to say that some people they can't use technology. Well, you may be wrong. Because even the people that we call a payment seller, they are not using OPay. They are using all these things to collect money. So why is cooperative society, why should we be left behind? So we partner with startups and even government bodies. And what does that mean? They give us technical and financial support in achieving that. Now, digital solutions for cooperatives, we have many of them. And you can see them in your paper. The first one, cloud-based system. What does that bring to the table? You have a document you are working on in office. This morning I applied it this morning. And imagine how many this month I covered. And I forgot the document in Lagos. You can imagine the stretch I will go through. But by now using cloud-based systems, and you may just think we can't afford it. Some of them are even to use. Like Office 365. Office 365 is also not really. Once you adopt that technology, any document you do is already in the cloud. And the state where you make that document, you can take up that document from. And distributed processes is allowed. What does that mean? Several people can work on the same document at the same time. and you'll be seeing what is happening there. So you see that technology is beautiful. However, it will also want to key in into it. How about custom ERPs? What does ERP mean? ERP means enterprise resource partners or production. There are some systems like that, and some of us do about SAP, Oracle, and the likes. There are systems we can adopt in doing our human resource management. Cooperative societies have to start working for them. They have bank accounts, they have reports, and the likes. These things are aggregated together in the same system. And at the peak of the bottom, you can just flow with the system. We also have mobile payment platforms. They are used to many of them. A Paystack, Baga, they help facilitate financial, let me call it liberation. It liberates our system. But it's not good enough that we are learning about it. We must be able to localize it to our system. That's what we are talking about. And of course, there are open source software. Most open source software are free. And you can try this. Cash, GNU Cash. You can try this for your cooperative society with free app. You can use it in, software and doing some other things in your cooperative. And some of them, of course, when you need additional services, they will tell you you need to pay more. Now, let's move to comprehensive cooperative solutions. Now, our own company, please, can you go to the nobody is following this slide. Next slide. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, thank you. So we have a solution, digital tool. It is a digital platform for cooperative societies to manage their activities. And what does that do? What it does for us is that every of our processes, from membership registration to membership saving to granting loans to report generation to just mention it. It can be done right at the comfort of your seat, anywhere you are. And these are integrated with payment gateways that can help us collect funds. And I said something about the mindset the other time. Some of us, we have big offices. You will be surprised that many solutions that you are using, you may not be surprised they have a very, but they may be operating from their residential homes because they adopted technology. So businesses and processes have gone past, let's have a big office. It's not about big office. It's about the solution you are able to bring about. And when you adopt technologies or solutions like this, it helps you in processing your cooperative society activities. We'll talk about that on your manual. I think at the back, in our page, that this advert is there. So once you are interested in this, you can subscribe and go ahead with that. And we have others. We have people by Wema Bank. They also have solutions. However, I think before you can use yes, you need to have an account with Wema Bank. All your cooperative something has to be there. So those are some of them. And we have that smart food. We have many other solutions. Now, there are challenges. Next slide. There are challenges that come with digital accounting or digital transformation. The first thing is, and I know, if I step down, what people will be asking me is, how much is your solution? Please, we need to sway our mind from such. It's good as a manager to ask that question. But the first thing is, let us have the mindset that I'm doing this. So there are financial constraints, no doubt. Because some people think it's too high. And when you're talking of too costly, it's relative. It's relative. When you're talking is too costly. Have you thought about the advantages this will give you? I don't want to talk about some other aspects because many of us will not like it. But it actually liberates us from a lot of things. Number two, infrastructural issues. Of course, before you can adopt digital technologies, you have to put some things in place. When you want to do this kind of cloud-based service provision, internet has to be available. And you agree with me, the cost of internet has gone down drastically, seriously, unlike what it used to be in the past. And the more you buy bulky internet, And let me tell you one strategy, especially if you're a manager. If you want to keep your staff in office for a very long time and productive, please just make sure you have an active internet. They will be in office. Fine, if I say they are using it for their personal sometimes. When you meet them, once you see them and stop them, they also do it because they are at your beck and call, they are in office. So you need internet. Internet is not something you look at as premium now again. No. That is why now you need to adopt this kind of solution we are talking about so that there's something actually that is consuming the data. And in fact, some of these services, they offer unlimited cap. They don't cap the data. When you subscribe, it's very little amount. I'm sure maybe we'll read with in the place like this, maybe 150 or 200. You can have something for around maybe 20 or 30 people. Unlimited data every month. And I think the monthly subscription is around 40,000 every month. I don't think that's too bad when you are serious about going digital. And of course, there are systems, you have to buy laptops, computer systems, printer, and the likes. Meanwhile, you know, the way this thing is, sometimes we may not even buy so many computers. Our digital devices, the phone we use, you know, this phone, you can imagine a lot of things that you can do. It's an enabler. Anywhere you are, you can even access these systems right there on your phone. And some of these phones, there was one person I met, she sells paints, the distributor. If you saw the phone that she brought out of her bag, you know all these phones. You got it out of her bag, and I was wondering, I didn't want using this phone. She said yes. In fact, when I asked her question, she became afraid. And people wanted to put it in the bag. I said, you don't need to put it. But they are not utilizing this phone very well. So most of these devices can do and answer a lot of things. So we don't have to put all our money in, to do the first swoop of the infrastructure acquisition. Lack of expertise. We need to engage IT people, engage the professionals that will help you in running these systems. And of course, if you don't want to engage, there are some of your staff that are IT savvy. You send them for some training. And what you know is an investment in that organization. And once you are able to do that, they will deliver. And of course, there are regulatory compliance that you must fulfill. Now that you are dealing with data, we have Nigeria Data Protection Agency, NDPO. You can't afford to just ban your members' data around. In fact, you only take as much data as you need. Because failure to do so will be penalized, especially if the customer does not do the consent. You have a particular data in your consent, and probably because of mismanagement, the information flew out of your organization. Once the customer is able to trace it back to your organization, you are paying a heavy fine. There are some banks that were heavily fined for what I'm talking about. And if they are not paying that penalty, you know what will come after them. So we move on to branding and digital marketing. Of course, as a cooperative society or organ or regulation, we need to brand our services. We need to make it look attractive. Look at a digital platform like Cooperative, for instance. I'm sure most of us don't even know the name of the company. You just feel okay if they are doing it. That's not even the name of the company. They are not registered by OK. But that is a product. Look at these logos now. I'm sure many of us, can you identify any logo there? That is not the one you can see. Now, that is what a brand means. It is an impression in the mind of the customer. And the same is also true when there is a negative perception. I have to be very careful. Very horrific experience. I was supposed to be here yesterday. And I requested for a change of flights. You need to see the way you are just until the flight left. And when I touched around, I saw that some people had similar experience. So some people had similar experience. The same way too. Once you have a brand, you must go to any extra length to protect that brand and make sure that it leaves positive impression in the mind of referring customers or your customers. Because, you know, a question was asked when I was in our institution by one of our lecturers. He said, does Pepsi and Coca-Cola, do they need to still be advertising? Thank you. I heard somebody say, why not? Why do you say that? Let me hear from you. I would like to make it my lecture interactive.
Despite the fact it's a generational program, it still needs to stay. Why? Because they still have competitors and they still have to be relevant. And those their competitors will come with a lot of ideas and innovative ideas. But because it's a generational brand, that's why I want to use advertising something. Thanks. Absolutely. So because of that, that's the reason why we are still taking. But if two things happens, they might one which is price and innovative idea.
It's nice to give a round of applause. You just got a free lecture. Yes, I love the fact I mentioned one thing, generational brand. You know, I've also put that in my own dictionary. You know, it's a generational brand. Now, how many of us know about Nokia? Do you know that Nokia refused to hit the transformational change that time? You know, they were so immense with their Indian OS. How many of us know that the software was Indian at that time? And you know, they were so proud of it that it can compete with anybody, you know. And Android newly came in that time. And if you know the first phone, set of phones, most of them were Chinese phones. In fact, if an Android phone read that time, you'll be afraid. Because it will be so loud and very offensive. And you know, you are mocking, you know. And before you knew it, because it was an open source software, what happened? It kept receiving new changes, updates, contributions, not only from a particular section, from all over the world. And what happened to Nokia? Do you know that Nokia lost that command of the market because it did not hit the volume? The same goes for the life of Motorola too. But recently, I saw Motorola, you know, they are the ones to be flip phone. I saw that they have also done something. But the fact is that newer brands, it was emerged and they commanded the market. So, you know, brand is very important and we need to brand our products. If you are doing asset activation, let it be enticing, you know, let it be captivating to the generation that talking to, you know. And one of the things about brand is that, you know, there are new customers also coming in. They are giving back to children. So if you say you don't want to advertise, you know what this big competitors always do? You know, they were selling 40 CL before. Just as okay, you are doing 40 CL. We will do 60 CL at the same time, at the lesser price. And before you know it, attention was shifting away. And we are commanding somehow, they are getting their own market too. The same also goes for the telecom sector too. When MTN, you know, how much did you got to see that time? You know, some orders, not as 100,000 naira. You can imagine exploitation at the best. But what do we have today? In fact, if you are not careful, you'll be stepping on seeing that some people's houses. Because so some of them are free. That is what competition brings in. And if you don't want to be knocked out, you must stay relevant. They said per second billing was not possible. And that's why people came in Sunday and they started advertising per second billing. And you know, I think that was not enough. And this alert also came in. You know, Glow and MCN, and you know, there was no particular brand. Those ones, I don't know how many names of brands they have used. From Econet to Zen to what again, let's tell many names. Huh? You can imagine. After those ones came in with, we can help you customize the number. What's the name? Today you put it. And you know, they give it free of that. And you know, business is not that. That's okay, so I can ask they will fix technologies. And free of charge. It was not actually free, but because they want to break the market. And you can see, you may think that cooperative business is generic. Don't think so at all. People are coming up with new ideas. You can imagine banking. Let me tell you a solution that we have in banking now. you may want to pay, like, for instance, there are some banks, microfinance banks and some other banks, they have virtual accounts that you can pay to. Once you make that payment, they will even start counting for you. That you don't make this payment, because the thing is time bound. If you change the amount for you to do another one. So, and the reason for that is, it helps. Many people, many businesses can leverage on such payment gateways, and they can actually pay online to those accounts. And at the end of the day, it will be routed back to the account. Whereas you may not have the third party you are paying to. That's a third party payment gateway. You may not have the person you want to pay directly to. You may not have the account number, because there is an agreement in between there. So we can see that these things are very essential for us. So we talk much about branding, so we can consult the PR expert in the house for that. And marketing, I've said it, we need to come up with products and services. When Nolan was talking the other time, so they have, in fact, they told you, they can have a bespoke solution that fits to whatever market or service that you want. That means if they have not already been created, they can create it because of you. Those are the kind of mindset which you have towards customer-centric mechanism, so that we can capture the markets. Now let's move to the 5 Ds of e-marketing. The 5 Ds. It stands on digital devices. We need digital devices, computers, phone, many gadgets. We have so many gadgets these days. And it was actually said that there will be data problem in the nearest future. You know why? Because we are generating so many data every day, to the extent that there's storage problem. Just like you are using your phone, WhatsApp. When you misplace your phone or something happened to the app, once you have backed up, where do you think it is stored? It was stored in the cloud. And because you want to reinstall WhatsApp, what do you want? You want all those data to be restored. So those are the kind of things we are talking about. Data are stored in the cloud, and we must be able to use our devices to answer many of our problems in our organization. We also have digital platforms. Without a digital platform, your device may not be optimally put to use. You have to engage digital platforms like Digital Cook or CookHub or many others, so that you need a solution that speaks to many things, not just a solution for a particular thing. You need a solution that is multifaceted in approach. It's solving your payment problem. At the same time, it's speaking to new members. It's also welcoming savings online. And at the same time, people can apply for loan from wherever they are. And it doesn't people stop you from charging them. You so weak. Those are the kind of things we are talking about. And of course, digital media, digital data, and digital technology. Now, let's move to the last part of the job, which is cybersecurity. As good as technology is, there can be a pit hole that all these hackers can exploit. Meanwhile, an hacker cannot come in unless you invite them. What happened to me about 2 or 3 days ago? The guy was just calling in the middle of the night, around maybe 11 or so. I was doing something, and he called in an unknown number. I picked that maybe it's something important. I don't know the person. So he just kept greeting me. It sounded so familiar. How are you, Dr. Mr. So-so-so? And I said, fine. He said, I'm from so-so-so group. He introduced himself. I said, that's fine. He said, I hope everything is well. How is it? Fine. So he just got up that we need to have a meeting. I hope you are aware of it. I said, I'm not aware. And at that point, I was more, I got more serious with that conversation. So he said the meeting is holding tomorrow. So it will be an online meeting. I said, no problem. So at that point, I already know who he was, but I didn't stop him. So he said, okay, have you received your participation code? I said, no. He said, okay, let me send it to you. So he was sending, it was not a digital, it is a code, a verification code that we use to take over my WhatsApp. That's what, so immediately, and that's not the first time. And these people, I don't know, they always call in a time that you are busy, that you may not be thinking straight. And you just call the thing. And before you know it, something has happened. And you know, when I said, Mr. Man, you better go and find better job. He said, you are weary. I said, oh, yes, you know, so you can see that if you are not careful, and that's the same thing with our accounts. They will just call, I'm calling from ABC Bank. ABC Bank cannot call you. So why would you be releasing? Or, you know, they may even come with juicy offers. Do you know that you have won, 10 million naira, something you didn't work for? You are so happy to quickly take the money. Whereas your own 100,000 that you don't appreciate in your account, that's what it's targeting. You want to take 10 million that you didn't work for. So before you know it, they will creep in and they will just send the code, OTP. Please, do you receive that code? Okay, that's good. He may not even ask for it immediately. He will cover it with what and say, please, confirm. Can you reconfirm that code again? Once you call it, you are gone. Even if it's 100 million that is there, the only safety you have is between that time and getting to your bank to block it. And you know what they always do? They will make sure it's either on a weekend. And once alert is empty, you will jump in up. So we need to be careful with these things because you cannot put corporators' money at risk. And it begins with little things like that. You may think, how much do I have? Whereas you are the signatory to the cooperative account. They have done research on you. You don't have, you may say, I only have 5,000 in my account. Let them withdraw it. Or whereas you don't know you are tied to the life of that cooperative. So we need to, really be very careful with these things. So the threats that we may face, the next slide, is data breaches, phishing, that's the one I just spoke about, or social engineering, ransomware. They may send something to you, and once you click on it, you want to install something free, it just encrypts all your system, and they'll tell you before you can release the code to unlock it, you will pay so amount. And when you are using digital platforms, you need to be careful. And what are the mitigation measures to forestall all these things? The first thing is you need to be security conscious. If you don't give out information, I'm telling you, hacker cannot do anything. Hacker cannot do it. They only feast on our ignorance to do us harm. So we need to authenticate our system, make sure it is secure. And data encryption is good too. You also do regular updates, training, and have strong passwords. Many of us, we are using very simple passwords, such as date of birth, name of your first child, or even your middle name, combine it with date of birth. Those are the kind of things they do. Some of them, they even meet you. How are you, sir? They ask questions that you give it out freely. And those are what they will use to go and be combining. Before you know it, they will break in into your email or system or whatever. We must be creating is using or even creating passwords. Now, what are the advantages of digitalization? We have said it improves efficiency and it helps us in having a transparent. So somebody cannot monopolize or introduce any to the system. Once it's digital, everybody is seeing it. And the good thing about cloud-based systems is that anybody that does anything, there's a trail, there's an audit trail that can be tracked. So nobody can do any otherwise there. So because of our time, let me just move on to the impact. Okay, the impact of cybersecurity threats on cooperatives. The first one is that it can lead to financial losses. You see, this new transition of banks, you will just think they are just doing it. Many of them were badly hit by others. Badly, they will not just want to lose customers by announcing it. They lost billions of naira, billions of dollars sometimes. So these are the kind of things that can happen. Data breach is true. When you can't access data at the right time, probably sensitive information. When there is denial of service, it's also an attack. You want to log into your system, and you couldn't log in to do that transaction at that point in time. Those are denials. We call it TOS. This happens too. And of course, there are reputational damage. You can imagine on your cooperative society website, pornography is being posted there. How many people will you expect? The hacker is stealing from, before you know it, people will just see these guys are not serious. So let me move to the final part, the recommendation and conclusion. We need to invest in digital transformation, that is infrastructure, software, and lifeware. Lifeware is the people. And you know what? I'm going back to the word of God again. Responsive leadership. I also went for a leadership conference somewhere. And you know what? The whole problem, they identified 3 problems. That is the problem of any system. The first one, they call it people. We the people. The second one again is still people. And the third one is what? People again. Because it's people that will, you will accept a standard. This is the standard you want to follow. Because you are one of the experts, you come behind. This person is my brother. Let's, that's people. And of course, once you have done that, another person will have a sister now. And before you know it, we are the problem of the system. And that is the problem. And we must also invest in cybersecurity and security systems, establish strategic partnership with startups and fintechs. And we also make sure we have regulatory frameworks that work. We don't do things out of place. And in conclusion, digital transformation promises significant benefits, but it requires careful planning, training, and security measures to succeed. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'll hand over the mic to the subject if there are any questions for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Come and sit down this way, because I'm sure there will be questions. Can we give you a very big round of applause? And give yourself, who have visited, a very big round of applause. This is one of the very vital discussions we're going to have throughout this conference. Digitalization, whether it's in the accounts, in marketing, whatever you talk about. We have a way of talking about advantages. Not that we talk about disadvantages. But the truth is not the way that disadvantage is what to scare you. These corporators, these corporate leaders are holding people's money, life savings, investment, inheritances on top of them. Anytime you tell them something with 2 advantages and 3 disadvantages, you have killed that idea. But then I still know that if you have, or you're in charge of a corporation that has more than 100 members, and you're still making accounting entries manually, pushing into the cash flow, from cash flow to transfer to ledger, and balance, and extract the trial balance. You do this weekly or monthly, and so on. You can never be efficient. You can never. You will make mistakes, but you're human. Monotony will even set in, so that you say at the end of the year, I'll update this thing. You will never get it correct. And that is why I want us to start looking at solutions to those problems or challenges we face, because we must transit. We must digitalize. There's no way we can be calling for increase in membership and still be doing manual accounts. It will not work. And some of the advantages even scare some of our bad eggs. When you say that digitalization will bring inefficiency, you don't say hide under inefficiency. Some people want us to be very manual and be making mistakes, and they will not introduce that from the intent to do under that inefficiency. So we must transit this. Whatever challenges we raise is for us to focus on solutions to those challenges. It is not for us to be discouraged from transiting, because we can no longer be doing manual in our accounts or in marketing our products. Because if you put your product on Facebook, it will get to where your legs and your vehicles will never take you, and people will respond. So, what we thank you for this presentation, and then call for 1 or 2 questions, comments, suggestions, so we can wrap up this session. And I'm going to take 4. 1 from here. 1 from here. Okay. You are here, let us come to the side. 1 from here. Oh, no problem. I don't know. Don't worry. Yes, 4, Baba. Okay. Your number 1, number 2. No, not again. Number 3. Thank you very much. Number 1. Oh, number 4. I'll give you an opportunity. I like women. Number 4. Okay, number 1, come over. Please, 1 minute. Just summarize. You have told us all the stories, so don't post more stories. Just summarize.
As the world is emerging, innovations, ideas, how can somebody, because Because as these things are going, you will see people too that was want to take advantage. How can somebody mitigate against such? Like what you shared right now. You understand, people take advantage. You understand, call you this and that. But the only problem is that most of the people now that talk, based on their utterances and the way they talk, we know that they are fake. But somebody saying that I'm from a bank, a banker cannot tell you that it's from a bank. That's when you now know that it's a bank. So how can somebody mitigate such problem?
Okay, noted that. Number two. Oh, you're gifted to long cities, not gifted. 1 minute or less.
I just want to make one comment as regards to digital transformation in corporates. I have some corporate society which I assisted that should go digital. And I see, look, executive must understand the system first. Where if you don't understand the system, the little chap you bring in to work for you will undermine you. There's one that really it was changing the society by giving some people loan, by canceling some certain loans, but if by auditing, we discovered that about 50 million has walked away. So you can see what it is. So the executive must really understand the system very well. And at times the executives don't want digitalization because of favoritism. Because even they themselves, I have a society now that there are a lot of loans and they're existing. They are finding a way, how can they cover this money for now? And it is easy in digitalization. So I think those are some of the products you need to understand how we get, because most of the cooperative is an institution, a polytechnic. We try to give them a system on, but to digitalize their system. It took us 3 weeks debating. Everybody's bringing, our own is different, our own is this. At the end of the day, we couldn't work. They paid, but because they were, based on our argument, they were looking at it in a situation whereby how can they manipulate it for them? Because the institution invested 100 million to their cooperative. So I think we need to look at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hope the directors of cooperative are noting this, because you actually, the institution, these operators are afraid of. This is the one who can make a law. So please don't. Those who are already know from this, there's something they are hiding. Number three.
Please, that's the right word. I want to appreciate him so much and what to say. Let's start. My first question is, I will say it in Igbo.
If it is not right here, maybe hackers or virus intercept the one in the digital, then the one in the analog or manual can be also able to show evidence of what you are doing. That's my first question, please, sir. The second one I want to add is, I want to just make an example. When you were talking about the pitfall in digitalization, you were talking about not meeting customers' changing expectations. I want to say something here because most of us here are managers and administrators of cooperative society. I had an experience where someone called me early morning in one of the cooperatives. I'm an executive secretary, and he said, please, ma, I need so amount of money. Early morning was the first call I received. I said, what's the problem? He said it's very pressing, the challenge she was having. And this is somebody that have a lot of money in that cooperative. Actually, because the law, then bringing me to the second thing, he said, no change in management strategy. We have to make our management strategy flexible sometimes so that peradventure there is an emergency. You can be able to tilt a bit to see to it that you carry people's emotion and understanding along. So that situation, I just sent a call across to the managing board. They sent to the cashier at the office. I said, please do so and something to the person. But you know what banks are doing now? Releasing cash is difficult. But I was able to transfer money to the person and call the person to settle that problem. And with that, she's an institutional-based cooperator. She was in one. She moved many people to this cooperative I am managing. So I think when we're able to understand this changing situation of people sometimes, it's going to help us. Hello.
Thank you very much. Number four, finally. Where's number four? Okay, please. 1 minute. The last speaker has already told the female story. You don't want any more female story. Let's go straight to the point.
Evening all, especially the prof that gave the speech. I don't really have
much question to ask. I want to really appreciate him for all that he's done. And if I tell you, as the lecture was going on,
my duty is here, from Bayelsa, and the youth from Bayelsa were here, and we from our cooperative, we really enjoyed it because we were just flowing. Everything he was saying, I'll say, I think it's going on in my cooperative. I just want to ask a little question, whether can all the experts have access to this platform and impute information? You know, we're talking about the cloud where everybody can have access to it, and we're not talking about hacking. So I want to ask, is it all the experts that can have information?
Thank you very much. Are you seriously your hand? Okay, the last speaker have already given you good of thanks on our behalf. So we don't want any more. Register, you're here. Once this person finishes, we will respond and close to this session so that people can. 1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Sir, I want to direct my question to this way. My question is, in order for us, like a suggestion, if this can be implemented with digital in society, I will also advise, let there be a set of lecture training, instead of we employing an IT student outside, it will be trained among our operators, so that from there we can be able to, that's kind of my suggestion. If it is being implemented, then we can go out.
We've been going around training people on some of these specific issues. This year alone, we went from Lagos to Kaduna to Oka and to Gombe. The mandatory continuous professional training is meant to come down to the localities, delve into issues like this, chew it and digest it with the cooperative leaders, so that by the time we go, they will be the ones propagating it in our absence. So we need to follow our activities for next year, and then not just to encourage other leaders to attend, because that's the only way they can learn. Unless you're willing to pay the professionals to come to your society and give you people training in your society. You can also do that. You know how much it's going to cost to bring these people to come to your particular society. Otherwise, you take advantage of these training programs and bring some of your other leaders that are able to do so that they're all the part of it. So I want to thank you. Translation. Translation is that if only one person sees a mistake, when you're talking about it, it sounds like a part of a big thing. That's the translation, right? Thank you. So,
thank you very much. I want to appreciate you all for your question. It's quite assuring that you are listening. The first thing, the question from the PR expert. I'm really making it my consultant now. So how to mitigate the problem of calling people to hackers? You see, the first thing is that there's some information you must never give out. And you must keep talking about it to people. There are even one that happened in an organization where I went to. The person, this one is someone, he came to ask the colleague for an ATM card, and that one gave me, like, he wants to use it to do something. So after that, I don't know, maybe I have written the number and you know that there are some people like that, the CVV, they are written. He now came to ask me, man, what is the password? And you know, foolishly, he gave it to me. It was later, when in the night, she was now singing alarms. You know, she didn't even got it that it was the man. So you can see how, no, you know, that is based on maybe trust. In fact, you don't send people, maybe your messenger or subordinate to this thing, why you withdraw, you know, cash. That's what that happened to a mechanic. You know, he is not learned. The apprentice, he was giving, when they send money, customer send money to repair the car. So you tell you, I receive a lot of 50,000. So you now give the boy the phone with the ATM. So go and withdraw it. So you know what the boy will do? He tell you that the money is not enter. You know what you do? He will withdraw the money. Of course, the phone is, he will delete the alert and he will return the phone to you. And the man will, you know, the customer will be creating problem that what do you need? I said this money was so long after that he discovered that like Yoruba will say, I asked where they eat vegetable. Inside the vegetable. So we must keep talking about it. Awareness is very important. And you may not have to call an expert like that. This little information they are sharing here, when you get the organization, if you have the paper with you, they are there. Now, not this. Talk about it. You may think people know. We sometimes, let me even shock you. Some people, they may even be well, professors are falling victim. Governors, their phones have been hacked. So there's no restriction. In fact, if you are somebody that is high up there, you are trying to find a higher risk. Because if it's somebody that is not maybe it's so concerned with one or two. But to you as the treasurer of the cooperative, as they are coming there, they will come there, they will come from different angles. But the basic thing is that don't give out confidential information. Once you don't give it out, let me tell you, for instance, in my church, we don't check. I'm the treasurer of my church. I'm the secretary of the account of my church. We send also for my pastor. We have tokens. We get up to the bank. And once we want to make payments, I as the initiate it, and I approve for my head. The other signatory too, as the signatory, also does what? Approve. And that does it. The money goes at any time. So we are not tied to, we want to go and do somebody check at the bank. So it makes life easier. And we must not be afraid of adopting it. When we were using the check or killing with the bank before, life was so difficult. But now, if Madam, you can test it. You will see it later. So life has become so easier. That's what we are talking about. So don't let us be afraid about it. We must enter the boat and we all sail to safely together in Jesus' name. So number two, understand the digital system so that the administrators don't mindset after the suggestion and the comment. Of course, as an expert, you need to understand. I already said it. You understand? You are the stakeholder. In fact, if you don't understand the system, don't use it. I think that was one of the issues ASU and IPs were having. They said the IPs does not address their case and many issues. So of course, you must understand the system. In fact, it must be for you. Does it work for you? If it does not work for you, just see it. It must work for you. But what we are talking about is adopt it. Don't be resistant to it that no, don't let them come and hold me responsible that they are only got lost. No, like the moderator Dr. Kappa said, some people are even hiding under that inefficiency. Still, and you may be surprised. Once you start using the system, you will see that a lot of secrets will get blown open. Number three question: is it not possible to carry along the manual and digital at the same time? I said when you want to do change management, you of course have to run it pari passu. But nobody will teach you later. You will just like you're stressing yourself because you will try to be catching up with the digital. It's the manual that will slow you down. You see that it's dragging it along. So not long later, you see that you will just drop the pot. At the start, of course, you can still be keeping so that maybe you are trying to compare if it works. So it's okay, but it works fine. Number four, can the system be flexible to accommodate emergency requests? Of course, the system has to operate the way you want it to. And of course, you can accommodate such requests because nobody wants any emergency. And in cooperatives, I've also benefited from such like that before that you need additional loan. Once the person is credible enough, I think you need to oblige them. To find is a good financial measure. Number five, can all expo have access to the platform and input information? No. It's not that you can have access, but there are different kinds of access. There are some people who don't need to just be saying it. Doing right. Because in cooperative societies, you have officers now, there's treasurer, there is this. So whosoever you call the administrator, let the body be on that person. So that once anything goes wrong, you know where to track. Of course, it's not the only person that will be there. You can have 3 administrators so that when one is not around, you don't say, this one has taken the key away. There's nothing like that. And of course, you cannot even say because I'm not in office. I cannot. No, there's nothing like that. You can do it from where you are. You can do it. And of course, these are things that it involves members' participation. Members are saying online, you are seeing it. People are not coming with time to come and disturbing you. In fact, your offices will now be just for days, or you will see that if you take a lot of issues up, so maybe the focus will now be on support center. Is how can I do this? Because once the new transition, a lot of issues become because people are not familiar with the system. So of course, you now have to be educated. And somebody that can really educate, of course, before a system is fully adopted and understood by the cooperative, you have to you are not transferred that change to them until when they take full ownership. So we call something BOT, build, operate, and do what? Transfer. It belongs to you. So and it's a cloud-based system. So it is good to adopt, and I think that speaks to it. So in conclusion, technology is here to help us. Meanwhile, if you don't adopt it, let me tell you, I said it at the MCCT at Lagos. Some thinkers are already taking over your jobs. They are already giving out those, so you don't know. But of course, they are also getting some results. But the fact is that if you don't take over your space, some people else, some other people will occupy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because of the very sensitive nature of this problem, because well, it's not whether you will transit to digital, it is when. And to do it, I want to put all the directors of cooperatives in red alert. Societies will take resolutions, will amend their bylaws to allow them to use digital platforms for this. And in those amendments in their bylaws, they will include which officer will play which role and what sanctions should be given to anybody who takes its role on there, stuff like that. And so you need to guide them. We need to guide them. So we are going to try to put as much protection as possible in the process as we proceed. And facilitator, also in 2025, I would like us to carry this topic into our FCPT as well. But what we will do next year is that you will use one of those digital platforms that you are suggested. If it is a social group, any of those cooperative management solutions, you use an example of people who have paid shares, paid spirit savings, taking loans, and how that solution will be solving the problem for them. That one will be practical training. If it requires buying that software, you buy the software. We use the MCPT training as the members of that cooperative. As they are registering, they are paying their shares. You understand? So we try something, they see how it is working. So that if they have any observations or challenges or questions to ask, they will be asking based on the practical experience that you all have. So get ready for that assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have come to the end of today's presentation. We are trying. I think yourself a very big tomorrow.